Hey YouTube, Rattray here with you guys. Smoking, as you guys know, going to do a comparison of Peterson's Irish Flake versus Rattray's Stirling Flake. Why? Because, according to what I've read, it's the same exact tobacco, same blend, same recipe. The difference happened to be when Kohlhausen, K&K, released the Peterson line to McBaron. They kept the recipes for the Peterson lines, and they just re-released some of them under the Rattray's name, one of which was Irish Flake. Peterson's Irish Flake became Rattray's Stirling Flake. Now, from what I know, they tweaked the recipes a little bit, but it's the same components. These two tobaccos are Burley, Kentucky, and Virginia. And right off the bat, smoking them side by side, smoking them together, that is the only way that I was able to tell the difference between both of them. There are subtle differences, but I hadn't noticed when I smoked them, both of them. Sorry about that. The phone, of course, has to ring. At any rate, smoking them, at different times. One of the things that I noticed right away was that they were both the same. Both of them were the same exact tobacco. At least for me, that's what it tasted like. It wasn't until right now, and this is my second time that I've done this, that I smoked them together. The first time, right away, I noticed some differences, but not really, but a little bit. Now I'm definitely noticing more differences. So it does help to smoke these side by side. Otherwise, like I said, at least to me, it was the same tobacco. So let's get started. Let's start with Peterson's Irish Flake. And I'm smoking this in my Tom Howard restored pipe. Now, right off the bat, Irish Flake is a very strong tobacco. It's got, of course, the Kentucky, which is very strong and very dominant. The Burley, on the other hand, it adds sweet notes to it that you cannot pick up right away unless you sip on it. You take your time with this, you will pick up on that. The Virginia, of course, is in there. I think it just marries everything. The Kentucky and the Burley just marries them very well. All in all, even though it's a very strong tobacco, I would say it's very well balanced and very smooth. Now, smoking it fast, like I said, it just burns everything out. But the Kentucky stays there, very dominant. So if you like Kentucky, you're not going to mind smoking it fast. However, if you sip on it, take your time with it, all of a sudden you start getting these notes, these very sweet notes from the Burley. And at least for me, it tastes like it would be from the Burley. Nice sweet tea, almost cocoa, maybe a little bit, like anise kind of a licorice. A little bit of all that mixed together. It's definitely a taste that I haven't tasted before. It's very enjoyable, but that's, of course, if you sip on it. And I mean really sip on it. Taking your time with it a lot. And you really get those notes. And they're they're amazing, actually. You know, it's something that I haven't tasted before ever. So it's a great experience. Of course, if you burn it out, you still get the Kentucky. Which actually is not bad. And like I said, for this being as strong as it is, it's very smooth. And all in all, very satisfying tobacco. Yeah, very nice. So, now, moving on to Rattray's Stirling Flake. And of course, this time, once again, I didn't do what I should. But with my Rattray Stirling Flake, I'm smoking this in my Rattray's Butcher Boy with the long stem. Should have gotten my Peterson pipe, but oh well. So, Rattrays. Now, this particular flake has a bit more sweetness to it. Not in the sense that it is sugary sweetness, like an aromatic sweetness. No, nothing like that. I think it has to do with the fact that it's just a little bit more smooth overall. It's more fragrant. However, I do know that the Irish flake might have a bit more age. My tin might just have a bit more age than the Stirling flake. That might be causing it to have a little bit of difference in flavor. Just a note. But now, again, this Stirling Flake, same thing. Burley, Kentucky, and Virginia. I would tend to think that the difference here is, I think, a lot more Virginia. The Kentucky is still very much up front, but the Burley is there as well. Smoking it fast burns it out, but you don't get that much of the Kentucky as bold as it is in the Irish Flake. It's just, now you really burn it out. Of course, sipping it, taking your time with it, you get all those flavors from the rest of the tobaccos. You get that very nice, fragrant, deep, almost licorice essence, if you will, to the blend. Definitely a lot sweeter, smoother, and yeah, a different, more of a sweet essence to it. Definitely very prominent. Taking your time with it, of course, it helps. Like I said, they were both very rich, dark flakes, very, very moist. So, you know, drying it, I think it's a must. Smoking it like that, I just think, you know, between lighting them and relighting them and relight them, you'll just burn everything out. The subtle flavors that you get. But yeah. If I had to choose between both of them, They're both great flakes, but I'm going to go with Rattray's Stirling Flake. A nice, just a little bit of a sweeter taste to it. Like I said, not in a sugary way, but just in a licorice kind of a essence to it. Just more enjoyable. Nothing wrong with the Irish Flake, by the way. Nothing wrong at all. It's a great flake, but again, for me, for my taste, the Stirling Flake just had a little bit more ease to smoke it. Of course, if you are not a fan of Kentucky, Virginia, Burley, necessarily, it's just straight blends like that, then these two blends are the kind of blends that I say you need to learn to appreciate, because otherwise, the flavor that you might be expecting is not going to be there. You have to find it. You have to take your time with it and learn to appreciate what you're smoking. And I think either one of these, regardless of my personal preference at this point, I think either one of these flakes is going to be very enjoyable for you guys and very delicious. Alright guys, this is a long video. I'm really sorry, but as always, compadres, comadres, thank you for watching. Mind con Dios.